Can we build it? Yes, we can. Now, today, we're working on a tiger tank, we are. Yes. And we're only on step one. I've got some of the painting done for reasons that will become apparent. And yeah, there's also a bit of weathering to be done, though, at a very early stage, I know, you would think, but there is a reason for this. I'll explain as we go along. Now that we just moment, that's actually a from the dam busting kit. Why are my house keys? The mysteries of life. Now then, people. Right. Well, rather than waffle, I think my best move is to just get down to the nitty gritty stuff first. That's the ticket. Now, I'll get you a bit of viewing posse. Now, good people. I'm going to get myself in a little bit more snugly. Yeah, that's nice. Good range. Yeah. Here, a tiger tank. Well, sort of. Here's the hull. Now, what I'm thinking, now we'll look at our assembly while we're here. Well, these. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Well, that's not a problem, really. Because I'll track them down. I've got all these to be put in. Also, I want to do weathering in there. Now, my theory on this, whilst that's ultimately the area that's going to be covered by a thing as well, there's going to be a lot of dirt on the wheels and things. So we're going to want to grind that up beforehand, because otherwise, well, how am I going to get to it? Clean, grime, and that's my theory. Now, further, this bit. See how that fits. We'll put a few. I'll have to back down the other bits for here. It's off stream and get them ready. File. Oh, that's kind of cool. Check this out. There's an actual little thing that to go into. It is part of the kit. More to the point, help will facilitate. Well, I expect this the plan, but facilitate locking in. Which you must say, well done to me. Oh, bless you, and you'll certainly know that it's my position. Now, click. Give me with that good. Good on him. Must say, it's only my second Tamiya kit, and every time they've delivered the goods, much as been very much goes there. Click, and yes, that's clearly ready to rock and roll. And that one. Oh, we pull it out. Done a lot of painting. Something we need to do is actually identify specific wheels. Some will be able to be unwrapped, some will. Well, unwrapped, I mean, got masks on. Little bits of tidy up. Back. Once I've got the couple of bits that I know will go straight on, then we're going to start putting these wheels out, I reckon. There's a shitload of them. I was completely unaware as to how many wheels a tank actually carried. What is over here? Yeah. There. Deary me. And that's them out of the way. Right. Now what I'm going to do now. So that's ready to rock and roll. These, make sure that I'm correct. There you go. Nice. All right. And we'll file them and see how nicely they go on. Based on previous experience. Come off. Yeah. That is what you want to see. Now. Let's see if this one's as friendly as what did Hello to my little friend. What? Oh, there we go. Boom shakalaka laka what bamboo. Alrighty, kids. Well, they're all good. Now, we can also get all those on. One. What is I want to do? Actually, I want to get the. I'll put them on, and once they dry, we can do feathering. We'll get all of that done. There. Right. Kids. Right. Part of me is thinking good letting those first three bits dry before I start putting the others on. It's possibly not. Then we can get stuck into the wheel assembly. I reckon that's what we're doing. We're putting those first bits on, then we're going to have a look at these wheel capers. We are these ones, which there's a shitload. Absolute. Alright. Glue. You better flip down. Glue run. Boom. Alright. Next. Now, makes me think that I might not do. Alrighty. Okay. Pretty straightforward, however. Now, that is fluid and straight away. Okay. That nice fit is certainly something. And now, I'll pop the element up here. All right. Now, next, B3 and 4. Together. Oh, okay. Little intrude. All right. Identified 3. Um, 2 pretty much identical to the 3. Fine, it's not to reason right at this juncture, people. What we're doing here is we're going to start looking at getting I have to track them down as well. That won't take long. Hoist, let's get 3 and 4 together. Will need to be held temporarily, possibly a little more snug. Oh, bit benefit. Alrighty, pretty nice fit. I'll look at that. What you want, kids. Now, let's glue that, shall we? I'm gonna find B20. I don't think I need to paint it. Do I need I have to have a close look. Goes between the two tops. Sort that out. Next. Now, file. Bin. Find. Now, oh, okay. Hold that bit as the other one. Then locate little that we'll look at all of these together. 11 with B12 and 5 with 7. Okay. No, I won't. Because numbers on. Numbers facing. Anyway. Right. Moving right along. Part 26. They look like the sort of thing probably over there. But found them, I think. Listen. Oh no. 26. Okay. Which there are two. Right. Not what I expected to find. Now. Slowly back. Because I don't want any of it to go on the floor. A, because you never know if you find it again. B, because frankly, down there. Also, I do have some quite loose pieces there. Actually, here's something to show. Now, there's the barrel that it comes with. Give me a brief moment. Where is? I actually invested in a steel barrel for this. Looks really cool. It comes with some ordnance. Am I got enough to get up? Probably. I'll have a very quick look. If I can find it, I'd like to show it. It does look good. Aha. Have found, peeps. Have found. Alrighty. It was suggested to me that it's worth investing in a metal um, uh, barrel, not just the cannon, it's the barrel of the cannon. Because otherwise you get a seam down your cannon or your barrel and crap. So I got one, but it comes with this ordnance. I haven't actually opened it yet, as you can see. Gosh, well, oh, gee. I see. Maybe oh, here we go. Yoink. There we go. But yeah, as I said, with the ordnance, and the ordnance looks great, I must say. Um, it wasn't very expensive, and I'm told you can get tracks as well that are such that you don't. It's a lot easier to get the tracks going, and I might invest in some of those. But oh well, the barrel. Oh, do need to glue that on. Doesn't actually come. Now, there a two-step thing. Oh, well done them, as this does. So that's how it all goes on. Well, that's on, it's not going to be a problem. I've got crystal here, I'll use links. Bingo, bango, kids. Yeah. Looky at that. Alright. Oh, wait. I reckon this comes off. I think that colour. Muzzle. Paint that off. That's a bit good. done. That's gear. That is. Um, is our ordnance caper. I believe that's the technical terminology. Ordnance caper. Um, Sadly, is not positioned or going to be able to be put on the kit because nothing to put with that. But later, check them out. Really nice. I didn't think I was going to. I didn't expect to be getting them either. Or even check them out. Good work. You know, you can really paint up the bits that aren't meant to be. You've already got your brass shell or cartridge rather. Um, really facilitates your painting. They've done a nice job on that as well. Very happy with these, I must say. Very, very happy. Now, it's over the top. Now, these actually go on the side of the hull. Worry about them later. Now, next. Here we go. So, part 26 goes on to B1, they suggest. Well, that mystifies me somewhat. Why? But maybe all will be revealed. This, but some may be old enough to recall that one. That Kashmir was a song by Led Zepp. Not their biggest. The one. Go in. So, here for a moment. It's filing. There we go. It's going to be. Fortunately, there was the corresponding. So immediately within sight. So we go. Oh, there. Now. There we go. This one goes. Doesn't give us okay, wait, but good potential. Ah, I reckon I know the drill. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, this helps lock in the goes onto the wheel thing. Spoke. So that's what I would assume. So I reckon I can see where it goes. Right at the bottom. Right. And you know, quietly confident. Sure how this goes together. Oh, that'll work. I see how. Oh, and again, you don't really. Oh, it does facilitate locking in a bit. That's a bit good, kids. All right, let's get this done. I'm only going to file that one. I reckon we're good after that. Very happy with the progress. I don't know if we're going to get onto the painting I was about doing, but pretty chipper with overall progress we're making. Oh, oh, there we go. Again, there's that little click thing they do for you. Bless them. It is good to use, well made kits, I must say. All right, repeat process. Now, okay. Now, excuse me. Mm. Now, excuse me. Now, after we've got these together, we'll start identifying our road wheels or road tyres to whatever they are required for. Some of them we can unmask, others we will need to keep the mask on because we'll need to put full camo pattern on. Alrighty. Now then. I do have this thing with brew cutters. Yeah, I fall into the stone cutters song. Um, I don't think the sprue cutters control the English crown, nor do I think they metric system down, but a nice little works. Mostly on wonder. Wow. Well, that works pretty damn quickly, isn't it? Yeah, glad I thought of that. Yeah. Well, so, next, got defined. Okay, now B12 and B11. There you go on the outer. They're the ones that will need the mask kept on, or at least part of the mask kept on. B5 and B7, B7, D. No, they're the ones that got it the wrong way around. They're the ones to keep the mask on. Okay, so 11 and 12. Let's find them. Well, that's 8. It actually says 8. So that's a different deal altogether. But, where are they? Right. May as well as unmask these. Oh, some of these are going to need some touch-ups. Ooh, okay. It's going to be each of these, I believe. Right. A few little touch-ups, but mostly. I want to airbrush as much as I can of the kit, given its bigger scale. So that's mostly good, actually. Mostly. Big aim of this one is to minimize brushing, hand brushing, that is. I do with That's bad. I always figured there's going to be some point to which it wasn't going to be, unless my masking was perfect. Which come to accept perfection is the way to do your own head in. Um, striving for perfection is better served just to go, yeah. Okay. Free. That's something I'll let through modeling. I would have to say. Yeah. And if you try for, sometimes it comes a point where you just go, well, just even my mum said that, and she was really good at winning. Hey. Alrighty. They're not looking too horrid. Now, potential poos, eh? So there, once again, counts. Might be. Some of these have come off the screw, so we're going to need to put a number aside. Now, at least I know these are 8s. Four. Ties that go onto the self. There we go. Okay. That's an 8. Now, what I'll do is I'll group them all together. They come off through, and I can feel this one's probably going to. Not going to matter so much if I've got them all matched together. So, now, once I got all this done, in some instances, like if you look at that, I don't reckon that's going to matter because I think the only part that's possibly might not even be. Depends on how they go together. Bit of a thing, obviously. Something like that. And that. So I'll find that out. It may be that that doesn't really require much touching up at all. But that's not even going to show. But Sergeant Schultz, I see. Oh, caught him. Well, I didn't. Fine job there. I actually wanted to keep the sprue there to keep for the stability aspect of it. May as well just get rid of that, hey? And again, so long as I keep 11 and 12 together, see that quite a bit. At least I'll know what's going with what. That's all good in the hood, you know. Even potentially. Okay, there's the easy. That's an easy identifier to separate. Okay. 12 has a longer. Right. through. There's something in there. Scratch through the whole stick. So, I reckon, put the masking off. You'll do a. I do have a 12 on them. Well, that one's going to need a lot of touching. All right. All right. So, next move. Oh, hello. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Part of that's me just I am a kind of fastidious. How you doing, by the way? About such matters. I would even be prepared to concede some of the pedantry I get into as a modeler is frankly anally retentive. um, this is a 7. We'll put that in a separate pile. But I can see that certainly a lot of the, for example, looking at these wheels here, I'm quite within my rights to go, do I really think that that's going to be a visual issue when you've got those on top? I'm taking a pretty big punt. No. So certainly these ones I can be a wee bit more lackadaisical about. And I think I will too. One's on the front, that's a different story. Because I think I'd prefer to be a little, as I said, anally retentive about it. 11. And indeed, I know that certainly I think it's 11 or 12 that goes at the very back. On this side, seriously, no one, yeah, absolutely no one's going to see that. You're right on the money. And so, leave myself a bit of time and effort there. Let's track down all these loose ones, shall we? It's another 7. It's another 7. The same as the camo pattern. If I'm going to bother putting that on. If not, I'm not quite sure if someone's going. Yeah, it will do. This one goes on the outside. I think that one's going to be fairly hefty. But never mind. What do we have here? 5 and 6. Well, now 6. Something goes out all on its own because the other ones go there. They don't get anything. So we can even just put them in a separate pile, all on their own. Same as what you'll say 7. In fact, I just made an executive decision based partly on what I've been waffling about and partly on your comment that the These are mostly not going to be seen. They're all these. I'm not even going to tidy up. Seriously. Probably even gotten away without too much painting, if any. Or at least I'll quite happily glue them together and do negligible amounts of touching up. Yeah, right. Yeah, this is my first, as you're aware, I believe it's pretty much my first armor, and look, I like a lot about it. Um, as a genre, the right word? Not really. It's different to the aircraft I do. That's a pretty simple way of wording it. Done a lot of aircraft. I'm doing a car as well now. I believe you're aware of that one. So and they're all different in what they require of you, and I think that's kind of cool for 11. All right. Yeah, my theory, this is going to come off anyway, was that there's so I'd be able to get a nice, well, actually with all my kits, I do a lot of painting before assembly. It's just a me thing. That's how even with my bombers, um, I'll frequently do a lot of the color, so as that all I've really got left on them is like a touch up once the assemblies go together, and I am enjoying the build, mate. It's yeah. One thing I've also enjoyed is the even painting the little SS tank commander. Forgot to varnish him, but he's looking pretty good. I'll zoom in a bit on him. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, that's pretty happy with. Pretty happy with how he's turned out. Anyway, so yeah, it's uh, it's good to do different things. After I've got um, this completed, I'm in two minds. I might do a ship, yes. Or I might, when I've got my car finished, I might do something from Star Wars, just for another change of pace. Oh, thanks, man. Glad you think so. Um, here we go. Well, I mean, for the most part, these tyres don't look too bad. Um, Pretty keen to airbrush as much as I can of the Tiger. What I'm going to do, actually, as you've done a bit more armor than this might be, is once I've got the bits in there, ultimately there, then I'm going to do my first layer of weathering. Then once I've got the wheels under the camo one, next layer of weathering, and so on. I've worked out that it's a thing of layers, because otherwise you wind up with something looking clean where it shouldn't. That's my theory. Okay. Now the fives go with the seven. What's this one? What's this one? Another 11. Cool. Tell you one thing, I'm actually genuinely taken aback as to how many tyres there are on a tank. Oh dear, needs a lot of touching up. But then again, as I said, it's probably not going to matter. Potentially. And this is another 7. I was actually thinking of getting both the Scharnhorst and the Nicer now. They've got an Airfix kit that features the aircraft, or some of the aircraft that were used in the attack during the Channel Dash. And therefore, I'd have the ships. And on the other side of that equation, yeah, the Bismarck is a classic. That's probably the way I'd roll. I was going to go for the one is because their one is to 700. The if I was going to go one is to 350, I'd probably go Bismarck. That is, yeah, Bismarck. That'll ruin your day. Ruined a lot of people say. And it's just again something different. I believe there's a lot more detailing options you can do with a ship as well. I actually wouldn't mind. Airfix did have a kit for it at one stage, but now that's not, they don't. Getting one of the HMS Endeavour. Reason for that, I don't know if you're familiar with it, is that it's the ship that Captain Cook was sailing when he discovered Australia. Me being Australian, bit of as a sailing ship, that would be kind of cool. I'll put things in the pile. I seem to have gone into something like a bit of a run through my various piles, identify two. What goes on with that kid? Off. 5 and 6 now. 5s go to here, 6 is a separate pile. I am. Here they are. Blind as a bat. There we go. Jolly good. All under control, kids. Yeah. Alright, 5s. That pile. Uh, these are. These are all 12s. That's that pile there. Done. Identified. Uh, yeah, victory. Yeah, look, the rigging would be pretty serious on that one. Um, that is one of the things about your classic sailing ship is, of course, rigging city. Um, I checked out some work from a gentleman who had done what scale was it? It may have been 1:72, but it was a whole um, dockyard, effectively, of sailing ships. The amount of it was like a year and a half's work for the man, and paid work, I believe. So fair enough too, you know. But it was on display at a museum, and yeah, he said he wouldn't. It was like wouldn't do it again, just because the amount of effort involved in all that rigging. Totally. You can do 1:70. I mean, 1:70 shows. Good, huge mark. Yeah. Um, there's so many things I've actually decided I'm going to sort of like branch out into. Just as I also want to stick with the main game of World War II aircraft. Um, I'm I think exploring a lot of the other options that are there. Here's another thing I've also concluded. I probably only need to do the bit on the rubber there because at the end of the day, it's probably only that that's going to show. Oh, fix that up, sure. Not rocket science, is that I'm starting to work these things out, kids. Now, but yeah, there's, and I even wouldn't mind doing a diorama. Bigger question would be where the hell I'd put it. Um, oh, knackered. um, still waiting. It'll be a while before I get surgery. I'm on the, okay, here's the situation. I'm on the public waiting list. As to how long that takes. But, happily for me, my inheritance from my mum is probably not far away. What this therefore means is that once I get, it's a government payment I've applied for because I can't work at the moment. Technically that, well, technically that actually it makes me eligible for what's called disability support pension. Once all that gets through, along with my inheritance, I will be able to consider paying for it privately and getting it done much sooner, which I will look at. It's whilst it wouldn't be cheap, with the pension in place, I would be able to consider lashing the money for that, and taking the proper rehab and all the rest, you know. At the end of the day, what price your health, mate? The physical discomfort is not cool. Yeah, that's my. I'm Ken Brockman, and that's my 2 cents worth. Well, thank you for asking. Even unwrapping all this is taking more time than I thought, but that's okay. That's okay. Once you got all that done. Yeah, nice. Um, the pension probably won't potentially come through till October, although I recently gave things a bit of a shake, hopefully, by contacting my local MP. There was going to give me there's a whole stack of things going on here, in operation, but the day, yeah, it could be not till October that before the pension aspect comes through, at which point I will then start considering things. Even if I go private, it means probably the soonest it could conceivably be done is November, which, mind you, will not so foul. Would I take that opportunity? Damn right. I think yeah, 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 yeah. At the end of the day, third time, Jesus, man. Nobody needs that behaviour. I'll tell you one thing though, it's been kind of educational because um, one of the things that really totally hammered my mum was arthritis. Um, she had hip replacements, but I think where she went wrong was her physical objectives post rehab were not very high. They were things like as long as you can get around the house and do shopping. Now, that's not going to really fix you. Myself, I'm a wee bit more wanting to do things. Um, so that will help me out. According to my sister, who's had both hers done, yeah, it's the way you want to roll. Um, and do as much as you can beforehand as well, I believe is the drill. So, yeah. Yeah, looking forward to that, man. um, it's curious, whilst the arthritis is in my hip, the most place I feel most of the discomfort is in my knee. I believe it's a whole referred pain. The knee's having to compensate, da da da. But yeah, and who knows, that may need a bit of work as well after as a result. Uh, But right, I got my piles mixed up, kids. Yeah, give me a moment. Won't take long. Fortunately, they got numbers on them. I think that's great. That's a 6. That'd be 6. These 5. 5. Go. Deary dear. Now. Ooh. Yeah, look, it's I've come to the conclusion it falls into the category of things that you don't fully appreciate until you actually have first-hand experience. And I appreciate, and when I say appreciate, I mean that no. I don't think you know what I mean. Not that you appreciate it, it's that you fully understand exactly how unpleasant it is. Some people, I mean, I'm looking at the brighter side that mine is going to be um, able to be uh, attended to. Um, but when you compare it to what some people have, where they are just nah, it's a done deal. You know, you got to say, wow, I'll put that in the wrong pile again. That's 5. Right. Yeah. All right. Now, I guess one of the big pluses of having done this is that I've identified which ones I need to work on first, which ones can wait, stuff like that. Yeah, right. Yeah. Um, I've started taking turmeric to help it along. The anti-inflammatories that were prescribed aren't really doing too much. But I've got to say, turmeric is a remarkably has given some good results. Um, so if ever you stop in need, the doctor suggested that to me because she prescribed meloxicam, which has, has its merits, but as it goes, doesn't necessarily do the job. Turmeric, actually, boom, pretty good stuff. Whilst obviously it doesn't take away all the discomfort, it does a pretty fair job reducing it. I'm not saying, as I'm sure you understand, is I'm aware of that. When you think about what they're actually doing is removing bone. Yeah. Removing bone and putting in metal. Is what's going to be happening. And yeah, the plus side, my eyes, of that situation. I've always wanted to be a cyborg, so I'll at least have a start of my Hyper Ally combat chassis. Where to be in the T100. Um, but yeah, I mean, I've had a shoulder reconstruction, and that was pretty cruisy to get through. Um, but yeah, I'm aware this is rather more serious than that. I might try going for a walk today, see how we go. Do need to go to the shops. That'll happen. Want to go for a walk, just push it around. As far as it goes now. Yeah, right. Well, that sort of, yeah, that bears it in mind. That sort of bears it out. I'm actually a fan of turmeric as a spice myself. I do a fair bit of cookery. And, I quite enjoy doing Indian cookery. Although I haven't done any for a few months because I tend to match what I cook, the weather. Pretty cold, so I'm doing a lot of Indian dishes. anyway, but yeah, when I do, I always try to get fresh turmeric. The only thing I don't like about that is that it stains everything. You got to be right onto it to make sure that nothing stains. I'm surprised all of India isn't stained. I understand why their skin is darker to deal with the sun there. I'm surprised it's still not yellow, like as in turmeric yellow, because of the stuff. So much of it in their food. Um, imagine that. Going there, everything's this turmeric color. Ah. Now, almost got all of these undone. Then, some of these can be put together. In fact, all of them can be. A few things. Identify which ones we do need to touch up and which ones we don't. These are the ones we don't, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Yeah, right. Well, look, man, I mean, my take on that is if it's getting the job done, why wouldn't you use it? Um, it's an interesting thing. Like, if you consider back in the day, people who were considered um, witches and stuff, all that actually were herbalists. Their ability to treat things came because of some ingredient in the herb. Um, and yeah, certainly when you look at Chinese medicine, of which I'm a big fan, had quite a lot of acupuncture and Chinese herbs. Same sort of a deal. And an interesting one, um, where amphetamine contains pseudoephedrine, there is, of course, an actual Chinese plant called ephedra. They put a lot of that in stuff like um, cold treatments and stuff because it does give you a pickup. But unlike speed, it doesn't give you a nasty come down. It doesn't damage your body, and yada yada. But ultimately, chemical treatment comes from a herb in its origins. Yeah, the natural treatments are better if you can. Um, the one of the bigger problems I actually find with um, pharmaceutical companies, and this goes for any, not just them, in fact, any area, is that all too often there'll be this study done, but it's commissioned, a scientific study done, commissioned by a pharmaceutical company. Now, unsurprisingly, if they're paying for the study, it's a bit like the thing from, I don't know if you're familiar with the show Yes Minister. Um, you never commission a survey that can't control the outcome of. You never even put a study out unless you know what that answer is going to be. And the same goes for any um, study done these days, sadly. It's always usually commissioned by somebody. So when you get a coal company commissioning a study into climate change, it's like, yeah, I think there's only going to be one outcome on that study. Conversely, um, I remember seeing there's a movie called That Sugar Film. It's about sugars and how bad it can be for you. And they interview this guy who's did a study saying sugar wasn't particularly bad for you and da 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 da. Beautiful part. Commissioned. The study was commissioned by Coca-Cola. You think, now about that. The vested interests will come up with these studies that pretty much ain't worth shit. Now, let's have a look. Yeah, we're not going to worry about touching that. So it's smooth there. Um, they don't get glued with anything. Now, what does get glued with something? Yeah, been many moons for myself. Um, Probably for the best. Um, that was the thing. I actually have had ephedra, the actual herb. Used to do security at dance parties sometimes, and I went to one organised by some hippies. They basically said, "Here, get some of this into you," and it was ephedra. Um, and I gotta say, pretty damn pleasant. In terms of it was for the duration of the evening, I was crystal clear in the head. Um, didn't had energy, but without feeling that buzz. Just clean, and there was no come down. Fantastic. Um, there we go. There's the big man's review of the substance in question. Right. Oh, looky. So that's how it goes, is it? I would suggest so. Yep. We can do whatever tidy ups are required. Let's get them together. Very keen. In fact, I'm quite happy to do the whole lot. I am. A bit of pairing up. That's a better way to do it. Actually, better yet. Now, something on the wrong pile. I need to pull this off. Nonetheless, now we've got 5. These 11s, because we still need to track down 111. I suggest I just put in the wrong pile. That easy. Oh, hey, kitty, how you doing? Okay, Revel. I've I'd say it depends on the kit. What I've started, I've done the DR1. Um, and as far as it goes, it's a pretty straightforward build, not too hard. And not unhappy for it. Now I have commenced their B17, a Memphis Bell. Um, yeah, I'm good, thanks, man. Just so as you're aware, I'm talking on two platforms. Now, the B17, I've got to say, the detail that I've encountered on it has been very nice. Very happy with that. As to how it will go together, I'm a bit more unsure because, of course, I haven't started that aspect of it. What review will I give overall? I'd say you're pretty safe. Um, Again, it may be one of those things that depends, or it might be, it varies from one kit to the other thing. I lost the track. So, because one of the things that was pointed out to me by a mate was that depending on the manufacturer, they may get their pressings done by other people or other companies rather. And at that stage, boom, here we go, 11. Um, it's a bit hard to tell if you follow me. Who's excellent. Now, file and glue. If I was pressed and say, should you be cautious, I'd go for it, man. I believe they've upgraded their stuff a lot from a while ago. A bit like Airfix has had to really tidy its. Uh, the, the the length's a little bit longer, as far as it seems. The length definitely carried the bigger payload. That much I can definitely confirm. What I should do, or what I'd need to do to show you, is get the length down and then put the B-17 fuselage alongside. One of the things, yeah, um, and I'll probably do that, not today, or if you want to ask me another time, I'll probably get onto that because the B-17, trying to keep things sort of put away when I'm not working on them. So, not exactly conveniently on hand, sadly. But the length's a bit longer. The B-17 has has a tail though that makes it look significantly bigger. In actuality, the length's a bit just a shade longer. Um, it's little things like that. Um, Overall, like I said, the Lank is carried the bigger payload. That's a definite. Oh, now that's clever of Tamiya. Bless them. The numbers are only on the non-visible parts. Well done, kids. Get me happy. Now, what I'm thinking what I'm thinking. By next week, I will get those wheels that are on the outside visible with the camouflage bits done on it, so we can start really getting stuck into the wheel bay areas and things like that. Yeah. I think also getting back to your question on which is the bigger aircraft there, cutie guy. The other thing about it is the in some ways the B-17 looks bigger. I think the wings might be longer or broader. Um, but without putting one next, actually there would be something to go on. Once I've got this slank done, I'm still fat assing around because working on other things. But I'll even just get one. Once I've got the B-17 done, putting a link next to the B-17 for a size contrast, but all on its own would be kind of cool. Probably will. Uh, there's my answer for. Got to say on the looking at the kit itself, as far as looking at the aircraft via the kit, B-17 has some very cool features to it. As far as the rear gunner on a blank is pretty exposed and requires balls the size of King Kong. No, probably bigger. Yeah. Well, in due course, I'll be able to show you that. And I will. But yeah, it's an interesting thing. Anyway, but yeah, the length is a little longer, I think. But yeah, one of the reasons the B-17 didn't carry as big a payload was it also carried something like 6 gunners. Plus, then there's the ammunition, yada yada. So what you can consider there is that the B-17 had a payload of about 6,000 pounds, I think. Whereas a Lank, well, there was the 12, certainly if you go up to 12, maybe more. But yeah, the Grand Slam was a 12,000 pounds, one go, boom. And I know that, let me work it out. Yeah, it's 12. So it had twice the capacity. I think maybe more. Interestingly, the biggest payload of all, as far as beyond the B-29, but in the European theatre, is the short Sterling. Now the B-29, I don't think actually ever made it to the European theatre, which gives the Sterling the biggest payload of the lot. which is an interesting thing, I think. Sterling, of course, soon superseded by the Lincoln, the Halifax. By the end of the war, was your Mark IV Sterling's a glider tug, um, not a bomber, and indeed doesn't even have gunner positions. So, in that regard, yeah, I just realised I did a bit done. Oh no, I'm good. Lucky. You're lucky. And the answer is yes. True. I always got glue into there before and that's I think it's obviously. Alright. Now once I've got these inner wheels done, I might wind up the strings. The back's starting to get a little bit tubby with me. So I'm not really too keen to push that too far, as I'm sure you'd understand. But we've made some good progress overall. Oh, hey, cutie eye, yeah, I'll quickly show you. Got the back onto the tank. Those on both sides now. Got it painted, as you can see. So once we get some other bits into there, weathering, some more weathering. Yeah, I'm rather enjoying doing the. I always had a bit of a soft spot for the Tiger tank. I think it's because of the sheer going to ruin your day factor of it all. All right. Got our inner wheels going on. Most of which, that one I will tidy up. That's a bit empty. A couple of the other ones I will. Most of the day it's going to matter at all. All right. Oh, and I've got these glued together. Big chunkers. The There we go. All right. Who'd have thought a 30-ton war machine? again. You only marveled. Marvelous precision. The Tamiya kit. If, so far, it's going to get an absolute treat. Nice. All right. Finally, for this session, you're right now. Standing is still good. Once again. Okay. Alrighty. Light out. Bing. We are as far out as we need to go. Alright. Let's get that settled. Alright, that's me done for today, guys. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it, genuinely. Now, first time viewers out there, magic button, follow, like, subscribe. If you want to track me down on other platforms, I'm Rob the Builder on Facebook and YouTube. I'm Robster the Builder on Instagram, Twitch, and Twitter. No, I'm not on Twitter. I'm Robster on Discord. Let me start that again. Ha! I'm Rob the Builder on Facebook and YouTube. I'm Robster the Builder on Instagram, Twitch, and Discord. And Rob the Builder and Food Monster on Twitter. There we go. That's correct. Track me down, follow, like, subscribe, kids. Now, tomorrow, I'm not sure if I'll be on. I need to catch up with one of my nephews, who is about to go do what's called the half lap of Australia. I haven't seen him for 18 months because he's been in Malta. So yeah. Alrighty. If I am on, I'll announce it. If I know earlier that I definitely won't be, I will let you know. At this stage, I'll say, actually, at this stage, I'll say I won't be. If I am, like I said, I'll make an announcement. But on Wednesday, I will definitely be back. And on that one, I should be working on the Lavochkin. So, at the end of the day, I will be back Wednesday, or Tuesday for those of you in the US. Same kit time, same kit channel. I'll catch you all then. See yous.